Hello students, myself RK Mishra from RK Mishra. In this video lecture, you will learn the remaining portion of previous video lecture, that is heart explanation, that is part 2. In part 1 video, you have learned the chamber of heart, the wall of heart, the valve of heart, and different other features of heart, that is location, the measurement, color, etc. Now we are going to talk about the next portion that we often remain left from the previous video lecture, that is chamber of heart. Chamber of heart. Basically, different living organisms has different types of the heart chamber. This video can help for the all those students that are competitive aspirants and that are preparing for the NEET examination as well as the different other competitive related to biology. So listen carefully. The heart actually may have 2 chambered, 3 chambered, 4 chambered. One by one, let us we talk about. In case of 2 chambered heart, one atrium and one ventricles are found. It means there is a valve. That valve actually separates the one atrium and one ventricle. This is common in fishes. Example, fishes. The 2 chambered heart are found in fishes. Now the 3 chambered heart. The 3 chambered is the structure of 3 chambered heart is as like this. Listen, as like this. It means there is the one ventricle and 2 atrium. This is the atrium and ventricle. So one ventricle and 2 atrium. This is common in reptiles, amphibian, except the crocodile. The exception is crocodile. So most common and important question related to 4 chambered heart. It is common in all reptiles and all amphibian. But crocodile is a reptile but do not have the 3 chambered heart. Crocodile has the 4 chambered heart. Now back to the 4 chambered heart. 4 chambered heart. Actually 4 chambered heart are found in the aves, that is the birds, and mammals. The 4 chambered heart are found in mammals. And what are the 4 chambered heart? Listen carefully. The 4 chambered heart are actually you have learned, studied, and in this video lecture we will also explain the 4 chambered heart. The 2 atrium and 2 ventricle. The right atrium and ventricle and left atrium and ventricle. Now we are going to talk about the 2 chambered heart. The right atrium and right ventricle, left atrium and left ventricle. The 4 chambered heart. The 4 chambered heart, that is, this is all about video related to the human being. So human being has the 4 chambered heart because we belong to the mammalian. Okay. Now human has the 4 chambered heart. 4 chambered heart. 2 atrium and 2 ventricle. The 2 atrium the left atrium and the right atrium, the right ventricle and left ventricle. The 2 atrium are actually shorter or smaller. The 2 atrium are actually smaller and 2 ventricle are actually larger. So that in atrium very least amount of blood remain, while in ventricle very much amount of blood actually filled. So much amount of blood can fill with the ventricle. So ventricle in human being as well as all four chambered heart are actually very larger. Now back to the vessels of heart. Vessels of heart. Heart vessels. Heart vessels. Heart actually possesses the three special kinds of vessels. The artery, vein and coronary artery. Artery, vein and coronary artery. Now back to the artery. Artery are those tube-like vessels or those tube-like structure that help to flow blood away from heart to the other body parts. Heart actually possesses the three different kinds of vessels. The artery that carry blood heart to other. It means it carry blood away from heart. Away from heart. Vein that carry blood towards the heart. That carry blood towards the heart. Towards the heart. Heart carry, that is vein carry blood towards the heart. Now back to the coronary artery. Coronary artery carry blood from heart to heart because heart itself is an organ of body that required nutrition, respiration for the oxygen. So heart each time required blood, and the coronary artery supply blood from heart to heart. The different parts of the different cells of heart get oxygen, nutrients from the coronary artery. So coronary artery is very important part of the heart. ठीक है, ये बातें क्लियर हुई पूरी तरह से? अगर सेटिस्फाई है तो आप इसको नोट कर लीजिए. Now back to the two different types of artery and two different types of vein. Actually all artery carry oxygenated blood. All artery carry oxygenated blood except the pulmonary artery. Except pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery. Only pulmonary artery carry deoxygenated blood. One more thing I would like to aware you. Pulmonary word is the specific word that is related to the lungs. So every artery that linked with the lungs is called as pulmonary artery. Okay? Every vessels that linked with the lungs is known as pulmonary vessels. ठीक है? So pulmonary word क्या होता है? जिसका रिलेशन लंग से होता है. तो आर्टरी बेसिकली सब ऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड सप्लाई करते हैं, लेकिन ऐसी आर्टरी जिसका रिलेशन कहीं ना कहीं लंग से, उसको बोलते हैं पल्मोनरी आर्टरी. यानी कि आर्टरी ऑलवेज कैरी ब्लड अवे फ्रॉम हार्ट, सो दैट आर्टरी आर एक्चुअली कैरी ऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड. बट द आर्टरी व्हेन कैरी ऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड or any kinds of blood from the body, from heart to lungs, then that artery is pulmonary artery. ठीक है? Pulmonary artery actually carry deoxygenated blood from heart to the lungs. ठीक है? Now in case of vein, the vein carry, all vein carry deoxygenated blood except pulmonary vein. Pulmonary vein carry oxygenated blood from lungs to the heart. This should be noted down by you, and this should be very important, underline, and there should be very important concept in your body. ठीक है? ये सब सारी चीजें नोट कर लेना, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. कॉपी में ये सब सारी चीजें मिलनी चाहिए. Coronary artery, as I have told you, that help to supply blood from heart to the same, that is the heart. ठीक है? पूरी चीजें क्लियर हुई. If you have any problem regarding that, then you can frequently ask me in the comment box. Now back to the vessels. क्लियर हो गया, चैम्बर क्लियर हो गया. Now back to the specific organ of heart, that is specific parts of heart. specific part of heart, the specific organ or specific part. Specific part are basically two types, the fossa ovalis, and second one is the node of heart. The node of heart. Heart has basically various spot and remnant of the body parts. That remnant part, that remain part of the heart is फोसा ओवेलिस. ठीक है, फोसा ओवेलिस के कॉन्सेप्ट में देखेंगे हम लोग, एक एक करके सारी चीजें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, एक एक करके सारी चीजें समझेंगे. फोसा ओवेलिस क्या होता है? व्हेन यू ड्रॉ द हार्ट, देन देयर इज द आर्टरी एंड द एट्रियम एंड वेंट्रिकल एट द अपर लेफ्ट कॉर्नर ऑफ right atrium. The spotted structure you have seen, that is called fossa ovalis. Actual में fossa ovalis अर्ली एम्ब्रियोनिक स्टेज में एक्टिव होता है, जो ब्लड को कैरी करता है एट्रियम से वेंट्रिकल. जैसे जैसे इंसान बड़ा होता है, जैसे जैसे बेबी ग्रो करती है, धीरे धीरे ये ब्लॉक होता जाता है, और जब हम लोग बर्थ कर जाते हैं, जब हम लोग एडल्ट हो जाते हैं, बड़े हो जाते हैं, तो ये बिल्कुल ब्लॉक हो जाता है और एक रिमेनेंट पार्ट यानी कि एकदम वेस्ट मटेरियल की तरह से पड़ा रहता है, वेस्ट स्पॉट की तरह से पड़ा रहता है. दैट इज कॉल्ड फोसा ओवेलिस. ठीक है, सो फोसा ओवेलिस लोकेशन कहाँ है? द अपर लेफ्ट कॉर्नर ऑफ राइट एट्रियम. Now the node of heart, there are two type of node, SA node and AV node. These two node are actually very important, and this will discuss in regulation of heart activity टॉपिक में SA node और AV node के बारे में हम डिस्कस कर देंगे. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट स्ट्रक्चर है हार्ट में. SA node को क्या बोलते हैं लोग? साइनो एट्रियल नोड, और इसको बोलते हैं एट्रियोवेंट्रिकुलर नोड. इसी को पेस मेकर भी बोलते हैं. एसए नोड को पेस मेकर भी बोलते हैं. ठीक है, दिस विल बी डिस्कस इन हार्ट रेगुलेशन. नाउ बैक टू द फंक्शन ऑफ हार्ट. Listen, heart function. Actually, we are going to talk about the function of four-chambered heart. Heart shape, size कैसा होता है, इसके पहले मैंने बताया था. So don't need to draw the heart, but here only the model of heart. That is only the representation for heart is need to explain whatever the function of heart. So let us talk about the heart function, the four-chambered heart and its function. देखो हार्ट का स्ट्रक्चर मैंने बोला था क्लैच विश शेप होता है, लेकिन हार्ट के फंक्शन को समझने के लिए इस तरह से हार्ट को ड्रॉ करना पड़ेगा. चारों चैम्बर यहाँ पे दिख रहे हैं, द राइट एट्रियम, द लेफ्ट एट्रियम, द राइट वेंट्रिकल एंड लेफ्ट वेंट्रिकल. ठीक है, ये क्या है? एट्रियो इंटर एट्रियल सेप्टम, और ये क्या है? इंटर वेंट्रिकुलर सेप्टम. और ये क्या है? एट्रियो वेंट्रिकुलर यानी लेफ्ट एट्रियो वेंट्रिकुलर वॉल, और ये क्या है? राइट एट्रियो वेंट्रिकुलर वॉल. ये याद रखना सबको. सेप्टम हो गया, वॉल हो गया, हार्ट हो गया. ठीक है, अब फंक्शन पे आते हैं. लिसन, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू नीड टू नो दैट प्लेस इज फॉर लंग्स. व्हेन लंग्स सेंड द ऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड, it will reach to the left atrium. When the lungs send the oxygenated blood, it reach to the left atrium, and later it will pour to the left ventricle. ठीक है, ये लेफ्ट वेंट्रिकल में pour होगा, फिर यहाँ से लंग्स, फिर यहाँ से हार्ट जो है प्रेशर डालेगा. अब ये ऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड किसके थ्रू आ रहा है लेफ्ट एट्रियम में? दिस कम्स फ्रॉम द पल्मोनरी वेन. ये वेन है, कैरी करके ले आ रहा है हार्ट में, तो इसको बोलेंगे पल्मोनरी वेन. अब ये ऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड लेफ्ट एट्रियम में आएगा, फ्लो करके लेफ्ट वेंट्रिकल, फिर यहाँ से प्रेशर पड़ेगा, तो ये एक दूसरे ब्लड वेसल्स में फ्लो हो जाएगा. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द मेन आर्टरी. सो इट कैरी द ऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड. दैट मेन आर्टरी कैरी ऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड टू द डिफरेंट बॉडी पार्ट्स. अब ये बॉडी पार्ट्स टॉप बॉटम बॉडी पार्ट्स को समझ लेना। ये कोई भी बॉडी पार्ट्स होता है, ब्रेन हो सकता है, फुट हो सकता है, यहाँ पे बॉडी पार्ट्स का मैंने रिप्रेजेंटेशन दिखाया था। सो दिस बॉडी पार्ट्स एक्चुअली get the oxygen and release the carbon dioxide to the very specific vessels. That vessels is the vein. So vein carry deoxygenated blood. So deoxygenated blood from the different body parts is moved to the right atrium first and then poured to the right ventricle. Then the further force applied, that is the pressure applied, then through the very specific vessels the deoxygenated blood flow to the pump to the lungs for oxygenation process, and later after getting oxygen the blood converted to oxygenated and it will further reach to the left atrium. So the vessels that carry deoxygenated blood from body to heart, that is known as the main vein, or it is known as the vena cava, and this is main artery, or it is known as aorta, and this is the artery. This artery carry the deoxygenated blood known as pulmonary artery. So these are the explanation, that is diagrammatic explanation of double circulation. Here the first type of circulation between lungs to heart, and that is the second type of circulation between heart to body. That circulation is known as pulmonary circulation, and that circulation is known as systemic circulation. So pulmonary circulation and systemic circulation are two different types of circulation that collectively form the double circulation. So heart in four-chambered heart, and the blood circulation in four-chambered heart is actually responsible for the double circulation. This is all about method of function of four-chambered heart. In next video lecture we will learn about regulation of cardiac activity.